Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I am here with Mushoku Tensei Season 2 episode number 1 reaction. So the previous episode it was a little I guess you could say like a small little like an episode where they kind of showed what happened to Sylvie and how after she got involved in the Mana disaster, what happened to him. So she got flung out and came across the ruler, not ruler, but the princess of the Ashura kingdom. I think yeah, that was the name. Uh, Ariel, yeah, and she, while falling from that height, like her hair turned white, and later on she was taken in by them, and yeah, she kind of acted as her bodyguard. She became known as the Silent Fitz. She didn't really speak and much in front of others, had like a visor kind of covering her eyes, and yeah, and like Ariel, Princess Ariel did try to kind of find out what happened to his to her friends and family, but unfortunately wasn't able to help her out that much because she doesn't have that much power. In the end, like we see a few like things how they were like kind of living their life and everything. However, by the end, we get to see that Ariel uh, almost gets assassinated. Even, but like Fitz was there to help her out. So now they are off to a school, and they're going to lay low for a few, I guess, for the time being, unless and until she is able to become the ruler of the kingdom. So that's what happened. It was a little story, like a, I guess you could say, I wouldn't call it a prequel, but a little bit of an understanding as to what's going on before we move on with Rudy's story, I'm guessing. So yeah, let us get started then. Episode 1. I will be putting the subtitles on the timer here. Sync it whichever is your preference. And let's begin. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. What's this? Hmm. Wait, who's that? Wait, is that every lady that I see with like yellowish hair? I'm like, is that Zenith? Oh no, never mind. It's someone else. That's Rudy. I think so. Okay. Oh yeah, that's someone else completely. Wait, his voice. Is that Enkidu's voice from Fate? I was like, where have I heard the voice? Hmm. Damn. Oh, she's pissed. Well, you guys started talking like, come on, what the hell is wrong with it? What? I guess she kind of reminds her of Eris. Hmm. Yeah? What? Come on. Yeah. Northlands. Yeah. Three eight magical nations. Rano. Ah. Okay. Hmm. All right. So, all right. So this is the final place at. Oh no. Okay. About a month. Yeah, we get a discount since we're living for a month. I don't know. We should give some. Tim. He's probably gonna give us a discount, but Rudy didn't wait to listen. He's like, "Ah, there you go." Oh my god. Hmm. Damn, he's just. Yeah. Oh my god. Wait, is that her hair? Okay. Yeah, finding Zenith. Hmm. Now, is this the tavern or the guild? What is it? It's a tavern. No, maybe. Shut the hell up. Oh, it's a guild. This bad. Oh wait, the party with Eris, I'm guessing because no, yeah, the dead. Yeah, like Regis is also not here, and then obviously Eris. Yep. Yeah. All right. There you go. Not necessarily. Like okay. Oh, are these like quests? I love how they like like in stone. I don't need any parties. Mm. Whoa, what the hell? What's going on? Oh, it's her. It's her. Hmm. Oh, okay. Well, you'll. Yeah, you can only do much. Wait, the guy looks like Richard. A lot. Alright, that guy looks like a priest. Or maybe a wizard. I have incantation lace. Okay. Okay. All right. Six parties. Six-member party. Hmm. Yep. Okay. Whatever. Damn, he's like waiting. Okay, what is he like? Yeah. Hmm. He probably never like probably didn't sleep properly. Wait, she didn't even bat an eyelid. What? I was thinking she's gonna be so much more. All right, I guess she has seen a few strong people like him. That's why she's like, ah, yeah, okay, sure, why not? Susan, sub leader. Sub leader? Who's the leader? Yeah. Okay, so there you go. I knew it. He looks like a mage. Ah, this is the leader. Timothy. Mimi. Okay, so warrior. I'm guessing she's a ranger. Yep. Sarah. Okay, whatever. Um. Okay. Yeah. No, like circumstances. Like a lot of things might happen. Oh, she was from the Asher. Okay. Hmm. Oh yeah, does remind her of Ghislaine and Eris. True. Now that I think about it, Susanna does kind of seem like Ghislaine. Lustar Grizzly. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. And he'll heal. Mimid will heal. Yes. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Um. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, she is so rejecting. Okay. I guess, but it wasn't this. Yeah. Who is this? Oh, this is Timothy? Wait, really? Okay. Hmm. Not just scouting. Damn, you just AoE this place, just boom. It probably won't wipe them out completely. I feel like Rudy can actually do it, like just use an AoE spell and just blast them up. This is sleeping, and you just imagine what? Hey yo, um, just imagine you're sleeping at night and suddenly this happens. Oh, here we go. Ooh, what is? Yes. Nice. Did that work? Guys, why are you behind him? Go. Just in case if something happens. Wait, where's that girl? She's like, what is going on? Okay. Whoa, what's happening? Oh my god. Hey yo, this what? Oh god. Guys, move! Oh yeah, he can see the future. I forgot about that. Damn. Yeah. Oh my god. Alright, this isn't good. Rudy! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, this isn't good. Oh. Oh my god, for a moment I thought yo! Come on, Rudy! Oh my god. Rudy! Because it's like an adrenaline rush that he's getting. He's. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, Rudy, time for your. Well. Alright, so. Oh, here we go! Yo, the bears are like, what's happening here? Okay. Damn! He just chugs it out like a baseball. Like, oh god. Oh, okay, that's good. And there you go. Mission accomplished. Ooh. Wow. Damn. Got a big haul today. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, and he also kind of got a, I guess you could say, a little bit of a, I wouldn't call it closure, but almost like kind of. He came to a. Hmm. Well. Hmm. That. Yeah. Great. I love how these people just all day like sitting down here drinking and then they just pass comment about other people. They call them outside, I guess, because they came from some places. Yeah, yeah, amazing. Maybe they're not that bad, you know. Yeah. Great. Typical people. One time they're bad mouthing you, and then the next time they're just, oh boy. Hmm. Wait, we didn't have an opening this episode as well, or maybe we'll get it later. Ah. All right. Wait, what is he? I, I was thinking, what was he? Okay. Whatever makes him. Yeah. Damn. And I guess he's earning money for like finding. Oh, here we go. This is the opening. Hmm. Exactly. Like he was kind of acting like before when he was like very scared about everything. Hmm. Exactly. Hmm. Yep. Oh, is it going to? Yeah. Hmm. Broken-hearted mage. Okay, that is it. Right. So this episode we get to see Rudy's um introduction to the new party, Counter Arrows. I think that was the name. And we see how Rudy is able to get out of the temporary, like, what do you call this even? I'm trying to think. Temporary, um, like, his situation, his brokenheartedness. He was able to kind of get out of that and kind of move forward. So in the beginning we get to see they are going towards this place, the place where I forgot the name of the place, whatever, they kind of explain it later on. However, they're on a carriage. Rudy is there. Suzanne, I think that's her name, yeah. Suzanne is there. What's the name of the girl? I forgot already. They're going to introduce themselves. I'm going to check it out again, their name. But that girl was there, and like all of them was there going towards the place. So here you can see Rudy's just there sighing while Suzanne is like, oh, like, why are you sighing? Like, it's something the matter. So you can see how Rudy's so broken down completely. Like, he's kind of reverted back to how he was. Like he explains in the end that I have it a lot better than I had it before. Why did I, like, why was I acting as if I was like, I was in the other world, and like, like I kind of reverted back to my previous self. Why? Like I have it so much better than then. Like me acting like this would be a dishonor to Roxy's teachings. So yeah, like he kind of became like that, like kind of always trying to keep away from other people, trying to kind of like keep his distance, not really think about them, and trying to avoid getting closer to other people so that he doesn't get hurt or get betrayed by them, that kind of thing. So you can see he's like just like just completely like like just not really speaking. And so then asks him like quite a few questions. She's like, oh, why are you here? Where are you going? You know. And then Rudy's like just bluntly says like, oh, why are you asking me that? And the other girl, like I said, I forgot her name. I'll check it later on. She's like, what the hell? Why are you acting like this? Like, and she asked you a question. It's so weird seeing her because she has like she has a personality of Aries and she looks like Zenith, kind of. Like I guess because of her hair. That's probably why. Because the hair color is the same. And yeah, so like what? I feel like in a weird way, Eris was a lot more bratty than her, but at the same time was a lot more, I guess you could say, accepting of people than her. In a weird, like you see this girl, how she was like not really accepting other people. Like Rudy in this situation. I feel like Eris wasn't that rejecting. However, Eris was a lot more bratty. Like she was just like this prideful, like like princess kind of like like attitude she had, and that's the only difference I can find between these two. She's a lot less brattier, but she's a lot more rejecting. However, Eris was a lot more accepting. However, a lot more brattier. So I'm talking about the first when we got introduced to her. It's changed a lot after that, after coming in contact with Rudy and hanging out with him and everything. She changed a lot. But when the initial, like like when we met her. So anyways, she gets pissed off. She's like oh, like why are you talking like that? Like Susanna wanted to, like ask you a question and she was being nice about it. And Susan's like, it's fine, like don't worry about it. And Rudy kind of answers the question. He's like, oh, like I'm looking for my mother, a victim of the mass teleportation in Victor, and that is why I'm going to the north. So yeah, Suzanne is like, okay, let me tell you about the North. And he says like most countries in Northlands are poor, but the three great magical nations do pretty well for themselves. All right. Okay, I need to remember this. Like like the world building and everything in this show is very impressive, but at the same time, it's difficult to remember everything. So she says the kingdom of Ranoa excels at training mages. I think I have heard this name. Did Roxy mention this name before? I think so. Ranoa is very familiar. I feel like I've heard it in season one, part one or part two, somewhere. But I'm forgetting. Okay, Kingdom of Ranoa excels at training mages. The Duchy of Neris produces great magical implements. So magical implements, and then there is Duchy of Basharant, specializes in arcane research. So everything's kind of related to magic. Right, so they're going to the last one, Basharant. Right, so they've all formed an alliance to jointly advance the cause of magic. There you go. So there you go. So Rudy then like listens to all of that, and they are here in Basharant. I'm guessing this place. As she said, this is the place that they're going. So they come here, and this is a typical place, like a typical little town. And you can see that Susanne and the other girl, they like kind of made their party over there. Kind of they were waiting there, I'm guessing, for them. Either way, Rudy gets into like a guild. No, first he goes to an inn, to kind of log in, not log in, to kind of like get his luggage down and everything. And he took it for 1 month, and you can see he has Eris's hair with her. So right after that, he goes to this, I guess you could say, the tavern slash guild. Like I feel like it's like both, like a tavern come guild. And he comes here, and he's like, oh, I need to change my party. Like disband my party. Obviously, it makes sense because Rujit and Eris are not there. So he went solo completely. And at first, everyone's like, look at this, another outsider, little kid. What is he doing here? Is he here to play? But and as soon as he removed his party, disbanded his party, everyone's like, oh, maybe he lost someone. Poor little kid, losing someone, like losing his party at this young age. The duality of people. It's so, what can I say? It's so weird, like looking at this, because this is exactly what happens. People just has this whole hostile take on you, with even if they don't know you. Like when someone intrudes in someone's like place, they're always quick to like get them, and always like antagonize them. Like what was happening here, like everyone's like talking smack about Rudy. As soon as they realize something bad must have happened, they start sympathizing with him. Like but at least I guess they are still sympathizing with him. I guess that's better. But still, like why the? I guess, like I said, it's probably because like when it's like your place, like kind of like a place where you're used to going, used to seeing the same people you've made a bond with, and then suddenly some outsider comes in, and you're like, oh, what is this person doing here? And I'm like, it's kind of like that. You're always kind of like a little bit rejecting because of that. I guess that kind of happened in like a lot of other places, like especially schools as well. Like when you have like your friend group, and then someone else comes and joins a friend group or something, like a new person, and you're like, okay, like I don't like this, but okay. And then little by little, when you get to know them more, you become good friends. That kind of thing, I guess. But yeah. So after that, he's like, oh, let me take a job. Takes a job, and the guild lady was like, oh, you should need a party to actually like do this alone. You cannot really do. And he's kind of getting pissed. He's like, oh, like just accept it. God damn it! Like I'm here to kind of. And okay, it's all right. This, I don't understand what's happening here. Why is this? Why did he clenches his heart? Like, am I forgetting something? I don't remember Rudy having any kind of disease or something. So is this like because of Oh, I think it's like his PTSD kicking in from the real world. Like his whole social anxiety and everything that he was able to kind of overcome, help, like like thanks to Roxy. But now he's kind of going back to that again. I think that's what's going on, and he kind of tries to go in and to the. I, you know what's funny about this? I literally thought here like maybe he's like sick or something, and he's trying to go and take out some medicine from his pouch. Who the hell knew he has his he has like the undergarments in his pocket? Like okay, but it makes sense. He would take it with him. So he's going to grab that and probably calm himself down or something. But yeah, he like like it's I know it's wrong to laugh here because he's suffering, but what he's doing here, like he's literally taking out, trying to calm himself with that. But you know what? I guess everyone has their own way of kind of like coping up with the situation. This is Rudy's way. So yeah, but I actually thought when I was just watching this, I thought he was look like going for some medicine or something. Later on, when he brings out the thing from his pocket, in the end, in the ending section, I'm like, oh my god, I just face palmed. I'm like, all right, that makes a lot more sense. So yeah, but either way, so I'm guessing that's what's exactly happening. He's like his PTSD is kicking in, like his social anxiety and everything, and that is why he was trying to grab that to kind of calm himself down. But before anything happens, in comes Suzanne, and she's like, oh, like what's up? Like you're here to take a job, and she kind of explains to the lady that oh, he does need a job because he's trying to look for his mother, and like he needs money for that. But don't worry, like he won't go alone. Rudy, join us. Obviously, he didn't know her name. She didn't know his name then, but she said, you join us. Join our party. We have like a small little party. We do need an extra person, so it's perfect. You know. So yeah, at first Rudy was kind of like, oh no, I can do this alone. And obviously, oh Sarah, that's her name. I remember. And Sarah's like, oh why her? Why him? And kind of like like goes away. But in the end, Rudy decides, all right, you know what? Whatever, I don't care, as long as I get the job done. So he gets and sits in the party, and you can see there are a few people here. There's Suzanne, there's Timothy, who's the leader. He's the mage. There is Sarah, the ranger, the archer, whatever you call her, middle ranged, like fighter. There's Mimir, who is the healer. This big dude, I don't remember his name. Let me check. Okay, Sarah is pretty begrudgingly accepting that. All right, fine. Rudy's here is okay, and Rudy's always constantly thinking how she reminds him of Eris. So he introduces himself. He's like, I'm Rudy's great at I do magic stuff. So Suzanne is like, all right. So tomorrow we are going to go out on a little on the job. Okay, where do they introduce themselves? Just a minute. Oh, it happens later, doesn't it? I think so. I don't see them introducing themselves here. Yeah, yeah, they introduce themselves later. Okay, I thought it happened here. Okay, never mind. All right, so next day he's like waiting, and Susan's like, "Oh, you're early. I thought you were going to be late because your situation." And Roxy's like, not Roxy, sorry. Rudy's like, it's fine. I just woke up early. And you can see like he's like his social anxiety. So he tries to shake his hand, but he just stops and freezes. And like Susan's like, all right, it's okay. Like let's go. So yeah, so Susanne introduces herself kind of while going. She says, I'm Susanne, counter arrow sub leader and frontline fighter. And Rudy's like, wait, you're the sub leader? And Timothy's like, yeah, I am the leader and I'm the mage here. So yeah. So next is Mimir, magical healer. Patches, okay, that's his name, the big dude. I fight up front with Susanne. So he's like the tank and warrior, and Suzanne is also like that. And then there is Sarah, mid-range bow. And Sarah's like, I don't accept you. You understand that, Rudy? And Rudy's like, yeah, okay. Susan is like, calm down, Sarah. Like, like don't be picky. Like, like she said, you can afford to be picky in Asura, but that won't fly here on out. And she says, like, like you need to learn how to walk with other people. You know, who knows what might happen? We might disband someday. So you actually have to work with other people then. So obviously, like, Sarah's like, oh wait, we're going to disband, and so the point is like, yeah, like nobody knows, like anything can happen. Like maybe one of the party members, something happens to them. Maybe uh, they'll not be able to fight from here onwards. Worst comes to worst, maybe someone dies, and then obviously, like maybe some other circumstance as well can happen. Maybe there's something happens that someone cannot fight anymore, and most of the party members kind of break up. So for the people who have circumstances, they're going to do their thing. But people who, like Sarah, who probably is in that situation, they will have to join in with another party. So yeah, for to do that, she need to work with other people. Like if she just immediately rejects people like this, it won't work like that. So now, what the funny thing is? I did kind of realize like Eris gives me, Sarah gives me Eris vibes. However, I didn't properly point, like properly realize. But yeah, Suzanne is actually like Ghislaine, and when Rudy looks at them, when he sees Eris and Ghislaine in them, I'm like, oh yeah, that's correct. She does kind of gives out the same vibe as Ghislaine, Suzanne. So I was like, oh yeah, that's true. I didn't realize that. Either way, yeah, so they're like camping for a moment, and they're like, all right, let's do the strategy. So what strategy will we do? So the first thing we do is Rudy will be kind of just not distracting, but kind of like kind of taunting them, you know, and then what's his name? Patris and Suzanne, yeah, Suzanne is going to be the front line, like tanker. They're going to tank them. While oh no, before that, I think Timothy is going to unleash his magic. They're going to tank. Sarah's going to be the mid-range fighter, like shoot arrows, and yeah, this is how we're going to do it. So obviously, Rudy is like, wait, like I'm just like that. I'm just here to taunt them. Like I can do something else. I can switch to support if you want. And obviously, Sarah's the first one to kind of interject. She's like, "Oh no, you're the new member in the party. Do what you're told." And Rudy's like, "But I can do something, like I can, like I will." So okay, like not support. What if I go to the front lines? And she's like, "Oh, you want to get shot from the back?" And Susanna's like, "What the hell are you doing, Sarah? Like, just like, why are you making this weird?" So, anyways, yes, so Sarah just leaves, and Rudy also kind of goes away, kind of like stands looking outside, and Timothy comes in, and Timothy's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Sarah's like that, like he's, like, yeah." And he kind of asks like, "Oh, wait, I forgot to mention that." The fact is that when he mentioned that I do incantationless magic in front of the gate, like the fact that Susanna was not really perturbed at all, while everyone else was like, "What the hell?" Like I was expecting her to get surprised as well. But like I said, she probably has seen a fair share of people like him, Rudy. Because here's the thing that we should not forget, and it's pretty easy to forget, that Rudy actually isn't special. His incantationless magic isn't that, oh, I'm the only one can do it. Like this is the funny thing, like isekais have made it so common for, like, us to think that, oh, this power, like the main character has, that makes him special, that here immediately my head goes in that direction, even though they repeatedly told us and made us understand that, yeah, incantationless magic is rare. However, it's not as if he has it, like, he's the only one who has it. This isn't the 100 other typical isekais where a main character gets isekais and they get like some kind of cheat abilities. No, this isn't that. And I always forget that, like I said, I'm so used to, like, main characters having some unique power or whatever, and like everyone just fussing about that, and kind of like, like just him being this OP, like like warrior slash mage, whatever, like I'm so used to that type of isekai protagonist that I always forget that incantationless magic is actually not something, like, it is rare, but it isn't like completely unheard of. And that is why I was like, wait, why am I surprised? And then I realized, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, like incantationless magic does exist here. It's just that it's a bit rare, and that is it. It's not that Rudy is a special one, the only one who has this ability. No, like even Sylph can do it after Rudy taught her. So that's the thing. Like, we're so used to isekai protagonists having cheat skills that it's like a commonplace now. Like, I'm like, my mind immediately goes in that direction. That, oh, but yeah, there you go. And Timothy is like, the last time I like met like a incantationless magic. Okay, what does it say here? Just a minute, let me check. Uh, okay, it talks about Sarah. Yeah, his teachers. Sorry, his school teacher. The last person that he saw use incantation as magic is that person. So, however, Rudy's like, that won't bring my loved ones back. So yeah, just leaves. So you can see Sarah's kind of looking at kind of scouting out that place, and there's like those white grizzlies over there, like like sleeping. I'm like, just imagine you sleeping, and then suddenly someone throws a throws a raging inferno on top of you. Just imagine. Good God! But like, I guess I was wondering why are they like all huddled together, but then I realized it's freaking cold here, and they are like in a like a pit kind of thing, kind of huddling together to keep themselves warm, and they took that opportunity to use the AOE Inferno spell on them, Timothy. While everyone was like, like, it'll be fine, it'll be easily done, like and like Timothy can do it, we don't need to even come in front of us. So it probably would have been successful. Like, they probably wouldn't have to come in front of them if Black Grizzlies didn't come. So what happens is, like, they're like using Inferno. Rudy kind of uses the mud to kind of slow them down, and they're like just chilling there. And you see, like, Rudy kind of goes and it's like listening to the earth to kind of listen to the tremors and everything what's going on, and if like some other enemies are coming or something. So then he realizes, he's like, oh no, wait a minute. Guys, be careful. Excuse me. Okay, what does he say? Just a minute. I need to check something here. They were putting on mud, weren't they? Okay, Black Grizzlies. Okay, so it's mud. Oh no, it isn't Black Grizzlies. It is them governing themselves in mud, isn't it? Yeah. So, okay, I don't understand one thing here. Why did it make? I guess it probably acted like a shield for the magic. Is that why they got here unscathed? Probably. Because the whole mud was like on top of them. But either way, they got like surrounded almost. Like, from one side, like, these grizzlies come in, and then from the other side, the white grizzlies come in. So you can see that Rudy's like was going to do something, but then he just stops and he's like, why am I even doing this? I'm just sick of this. Like, let me just give up. But then he sees like Susanne come in and like save him, and then everyone starts fighting, like protecting each other, shooting, like that. And if you look at this scene, okay, this scene kind of freaked me out, really. When Susanne got flung out and her sword went up, and it seemed as if it was going to pierce her or something. And I was like, what the hell? And then I realized, oh, it fell on her side. Like, I was like, when the hell did this become a horror anime? Like, if that actually happened, that would have been a horror anime. Like imagine your own sword flinging up and piercing yourself in it. Good God, that would be something. Like, it kind of reminded me of a scene from another anime. Like, almost, like, like what happened. Like, I thought it pierced her. It fell on top of her head or something. But this reminded me of another anime. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's kind of an old anime. Not old, I would say, but it's It's fairly like like a long time ago it came out. It's a horror anime. It's called Another. That whole scene with the umbrella, this kind of reminded me of that, like where the girl trips and like just pierces herself on her own umbrella. This whole scene reminded me of that. I was like, oh my god, she's going to get stabbed by her own sword. But then it fell in the side, and I'm like, oh okay, thank God. God damn, that freaked me out for a moment. Either way, Mimir is helping to heal. Everyone's like doing their thing, and if you see this scene where everyone is fighting, this is very like interesting. You can see everyone like fighting. Rudy's there. There's one grizzly who almost gets him, but Sarah comes in and attacks the eye. So I guess you could say Sarah actually saved Rudy here, kind of, you know. And then you can see that Rudy's like, why is this happening? Why am I breathing so heavily? And he says that, why do I find this so exciting? Now, you know what I feel about this whole situation? Like, he does explain his situation, like why he was feeling all of this. Where's that part? Where he explains why he's feeling like this? Okay, here we go. He says, oh, I get it. I remember now. Of course, I know why they stand their ground and fight. I've known for ages. Now, obviously, like, he kind of says that, but I feel like there's another reason behind why he was feeling so different, why he was enjoying this. Because of the adrenaline rush. You remember how Rudy is so, like, currently he's so heartbroken and just, like, has given up everything, that kind of thing. Like, he's just, like, heartbroken and he's, like, given up all hope. And there's no excitement within him. So I feel like the adrenaline rush that's, like, kind of getting to him is acting like I guess you could say like a drug to him in this situation. Because for a long time after Eris left, he hasn't felt that excitement. So suddenly coming in close contact with death, he's getting that adrenaline rush and he's like, oh, what is this feeling? Why am I feeling so excited? Like it's like acting like that because for a long time he hasn't felt excited. And now the adrenaline actually is making his heart pump more blood in and he's getting excited, which is something that he has not felt for a long time. And that's why he's feeling so different here. He's enjoying this. I guess you could say this is more of a scientific way of kind of analyzing it. And I actually felt that was the reason. But he does kind of give the explanation that another reason why he is so, like, I guess you could say feeling different is because everything, like the teamwork and everything, that like he gets reminded of when he was a party with Richard, Eris, and how they fought together, helping each other, looking like, like taking care of each other's back, that kind of thing. That this is reminding him of that. And that is like an emotional way of looking at it. The scientific way of looking at it, like I said, is probably the adrenaline rush because he hasn't felt excitement for a long time. And suddenly getting that rush, he's feeling high. While more emotionally looking at it, you could say that he gets reminded of his past, his friends and everything. And, like this is reminding him of that. So, yeah, and then, like, to help, like, like Sarah helps Susanne up. And they were going to go away, like trying to leave, but the grizzlies are just waiting. But then Rudy comes in and Rudy's like, it's okay, like, let me handle this. And yeah, incantationless magic, bam, like immediate explosion. And yeah, Megumin would be proud. Okay, so the grizzlies, like, like just go down. And yeah, there you go. Rudy saved them. And you can see that, like, he's like looking at his hand is charred from the heat. And Susanne comes in, and Susanne later on is like, thank you so much, Rudy, you actually saved us. And Rudy's like, yeah, same to you as well, you also saved me. Because it's true, like, if he was left alone, he did his own thing, he probably would have like tried to kill himself or something. That's what he would have done. So he says that, thank you for bringing me with you guys as well, you also saved me. And yeah, and then they kind of like shake their hands. And Sarah comes in and Sarah's like I'm sorry, like, like thank you for helping us out. So yeah, they come to the guild back again, the tavern come guild, and everyone's like, the outsiders, like what the hell. And they're like, oh, they got a few good stuff, and they think they're the king of the world or something, like arrogance. And then they're like, all right, guys, we are the counter arrows. We got a big haul today, so yeah, drinks on us, and everyone's like, cool, yeah, like okay, then yeah, these people are pretty nice, like immediate shift in tone. You know what? I guess this is the correct way of introducing yourself to a few people who are not really accustomed to you. Just treat them to a meal or a drink. You know, like what? I feel like this is a very good way. Like it's just like if you're like getting into like trying to get into some place where there's like a group of unknown people who you don't know and they're kind of almost passive aggressive towards you. Just be like, all right, you know what? Dinner's on me today. Perfect way. I think, like, it's a great way. I love how Susanna kind of handled that. And, oh no, sorry, not Susanna, Timothy. Yeah, Timothy kind of handled that. And yeah, there you go. And everyone's like all buddy buddy now. They're like, yeah, you know what? Maybe these guys aren't that bad. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So after that, they introduce themselves. They're like, oh, we are the counter arrows, and this is Rudy. So yeah. Now next we see Rudy go back to his inn, and he's like sits down. And here I was like, when he reaches his pocket, I'm like, I wonder what's in his pocket. He tried to grab to his pocket when he was getting a panic attack. And then there was there was the panties, and I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And you know what? Like this is a thing. It's a very, I guess you could say, it's a very sad situation, an emotional situation, but it's not helping that he's grabbing like grabbing panties and putting it in his like a mouth to kind of wipe the tears. Like that's what he was doing. Like I said, it's an emotional scene, but the way he's doing it, I was like, oh my god, this is very funny. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have laughed there, but god damn, when he put it in his like mouth, not mouth, but his face to kind of wipe his tears, I'm like, okay, that's actually funny. I'm sorry. Yeah, like it's a pretty like bad situation. It's a sad situation, but like the way he did that is just you know. Okay, so you see that here he kind of kind of talks about his situation. He says why he feels so bad now, because he says like, I reverted back to my previous self before I met Roxy. He says I'd forgotten about living seriously. Yeah. And then he says, what the hell am I doing? Like, why was I like that in that situation? After everything that I went through, after Roxy taught me everything, like I just reverted back to the same person. And he says like, who says I'll lose everything? Which is true. Like, here's the thing. The only person I guess you could say you lost here is Eris and Zenith. That too, like Eris didn't really die or anything. She just left you temporarily, and I guess it is a little bit of a misunderstanding he has. He thinks Eris actually dumped him and left forever, but that's not the situation. Like because obviously Eris went out to like make herself stronger, because so that the whole situation with the what was that guy's name? Orsted, I think, or like the dragon god, whatever that guy was. That whole situation doesn't repeat again. If something like that happens again, she can save Rudy. So that's why she wants to get stronger. So that is why she left. So yeah, obviously he doesn't know that. I feel like Ace could be a bit more specific about the little note that she wrote. But like Rudy thinks that she left him forever or whatever. So yeah, these are the only two things that has happened to him. Eris left, and Zenith is missing. Compared to Eris, who freaking lost her whole family on the same day. His mother, father, her grandfather as well got executed. He is in a lot better situation if you think about it. And the fact that Eris is still like so driven and like going forward, even though she should be like so much more devastated than Rudy, while Rudy here is wallowing in his sorrow and pity just because Eris left him, and that he still hasn't been able to find Zenith. That is, he realizes, he's like, what am I even saying? I haven't lost anything. Why am I acting like this? Like a kid. Like, obviously, like, and here's the thing. like if this was some other character, I would probably be like, yeah, like what the hell were you doing? Like you haven't really lost anything. But I actually kind of sympathize, because particularly because it's Rudy, because he actually went through a lot in his life, and that is kind of coming back to him. It's not that he is wallowing in his sorrow for this situation. It's the culmination of the like the all the past, like like trauma that he has had. Everything is coming back. That is why I'm saying, like, since this is Rudy, I am sympathizing with him. If this was some other person who didn't really have any history or any past of getting bullied or having PTSD, I probably would have said that, yeah, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, this is the only thing that has happened. Nobody has died. Like, look at Eris, how she's handling this so much more better than you. Like, and you're acting like a little kid. I would have said that if it was someone else, who hadn't had any past with bullying or PTSD. He is different. Rudy is different. His situation is a lot different. What's happening to him is this. Yeah, obviously, this is a very small situation compared to Eris's situation. However, what's happening to him is he's kind of connecting that with his past trauma, and everything is coming back to him. So that's why I don't blame him in this situation. Him getting so, like, overwhelmed by all of this, I don't blame him for that, because he has a past of like social anxiety, being bullied, PTSD, and everything. And this situation is kind of triggering those memories and bringing them back. So I don't blame him. Like he's like I feel like a few people after watching this episode might say that, he, like, why was he acting like so much like a wuss. But I don't think in that same way. Like I said, his situation is a lot different. He has prior trauma. His past haunts him. So this kind of connected with that, and it acted like a bridge where all the past trauma kind of came back to him again, through this little thing. So that's why I don't blame him. Like he's not really like like a wuss or a pussy. He's basically like, he's just coping with the whole situation, because his trauma, the past trauma, is coming back. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people might misunderstand him here. Like they might say that, oh, like like, yeah, look at him. Why is he acting like this? But no, I actually sympathize with him. But that's just my opinion, like, yeah. Either way, like, he himself, and it's good that he himself realized it and he himself corrected himself. He's like, why am I doing this? Like, like, I have so much things left. I've lost everything? No, I haven't lost anything. I'm here to regain the lost things back. My situation is so much more better. It's not that like, anyone died or anything happened like that. Like, I might be able to get them back. I still have so many people with me. And he says, I need to remember when I first came to this world, when she took me outside for the first time. And yeah, like, I learned, she taught me, I can't betray those lessons. Yeah, there you go. I've been given things I still have. Sure, I lost something kind of important, but that doesn't mean I have lost everything. Yeah. And he says that I can't sit down moping. I have to do something. I have to move forward. And he throws Eris's hair in the like the fire. Obviously, that's his way of kind of, I guess you could say, moving forward for now. And yeah. And he says, like, Master, please guide me. Obviously talking about Roxy. So yeah. And that's where it ended. Great introduction to like the episode 1 of season 2. And let's see. Like, he has gotten into a new party, and I'm looking forward to what's going to happen from here onwards. Hopefully he finds a Zenith soon, and hopefully, I'm guessing he's going to meet Sylph or Fritz here in this situation quite soon after this, because this is what it looks like the season will be, like Fitz and Rudy. So yeah, let's see. Let's wait and see. So that is it. Thank you for watching. This is my reaction to episode 1 of season 2 of Mushoku Tensei. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That's it. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next week with another episode of Mushoku Tensei. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.